Sasha and Naomi just done noped up on out of there.
Yep.
Welcome to the Wrestling Council.
See ya.
I screwed it up. Welcome to the Wrestling Council. I'm your host, Dr. Bob. Johnny always by my good friend, Hollywood Frank.
HW, baby.
Yeah, that's what happens when only one guy does all the heavy lifting around here.
Whatever.
But you can catch us here every Tuesday, Eastern Standard, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, bringing you all the interesting news in wrestling. And man, there was a bunch this week. Oh my God.
We keep forgetting to put our Twitter handles at the bottom.
No, I just the banner's right here, dude. I just keep forgetting to show it. So, like I said, all the heavy lifting. Anyway, real quick here. Let's see what we got before we get it started. Let's check and see who we got. And with this Hicks Villain was here first. He said, "Sup? What's up, Hicks Villain? Appreciate you being here." Maldacito said, "Sup, Hicks Villain? What's up, brother? It's early. People will be falling in little by little, as we know. Appreciate you guys being here. And if you like I said, if you have not already, please like, subscribe, share us to your social media. Make sure you hit that bell for notification when we do all of our content." Hicks Villain. Soup. Yep. And you know what's happening there?
Sup?
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 Hello.
What's up?
What's up? Leg Kick says, "Hail, all hail." Leg Kick. Maldacito coming in and says, "The good Miz and Mrs. returns June 6th. The bad AEW and Sheeta, and the ugly Sasha and Naomi." Well, the good thing about AEW and Sheeta is that it was all cleared up. It was basically a misunderstanding. And it's an example of creative not talking to people before they do stuff, something that they need to shore up. What's up?
Nothing.
You pointing to you're like, I got something to say.
40.
40.
40 more days.
Yes, sir. Your boy's going to Forbidden Door. I can't freaking wait. It's going to be awesome. And speaking of which, before we get started, as always, Maldacito got us off on the right foot. We got a little segment we call The Good, The Bad, The Ugly. You went first last week.
That's right.
So it's my turn to go this week.
Hey, the good is, like you said, Cleveland's own Miz returns.
God. Dude, I've never watched that show, and I don't think I ever will. I just have no desire. I'm not a big fan of reality TV. Johnny freaking Cage said, "Sup? What's up, Johnny freaking Cage?"
Okay, Mr. GBU, let's go.
All right, so my good. This weekend we had the latest in New Japan's U.S. Show series, Capital Collision. Really good, really good. It wasn't as good as the Chicago pay-per-view, but this is still really good. Had 3 really good matches on it. Ren Narita versus Carl Fredericks. That was a lot of fun. Was it Brody King versus Minoru Suzuki? That was a good one. Brody King getting the win, very surprisingly, over Minoru Suzuki. And then Tomohiro Ishii versus Eddie freaking Kingston. Dude, that match was awesome. It's Ishii, man. I mean, more do you need to say? But he and Eddie had a great match. Ishii getting the victory in that. What about 15 minutes? It was awesome. Jay White and Hikuleo versus Kazuchika Okada and Rocky Romero. That was a pretty good match. Hikuleo, dude, Jesus Christ. Hikuleo is a big dude. How the hell did that guy slip past Vince McMahon? He is everything Vince is looking for in a friggin' star. He's like 6'9". He's gigantic. He's just like massive. He's not. He's serviceable in the ring. He's the least talented of all of his brothers. But good God, that guy's a freaking monster.
He's 6'9", and you can't teach that.
Yep. But that was a fun match. But then the 4-way for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Will Ospreay versus Jon Moxley versus Juice Robinson. I thought Moxley was going to win. This match, honestly, was not quite as good as I thought it was going to be. It started off really sloppy, but it got really fun at the end. So, but Juice Robinson is your new United States champion, and I get the feeling that we're going to get him versus Moxley at Forbidden Door. So that was my good. My bad was just Raw. It was what they did good. They did really good, but what they did bad, it's just, and more warning signs with Cody, and I'm not happy with it. And then of course all the blow up, and then the ugly Sasha and Naomi basically just saying screw everybody and walking out. So
the Chrisleys hanging out with the
Grizzlies.
$1 million DiBiase's. Are they Chrisleys?
Who's the
hanging out with
Grizzlies?
DiBiase?
What the hell am I missing here? USA needs Miz and Mrs. more than ever since the Grizzlies are going to jail for tax evasion and pay for. What the hell is this?
Chrisleys, it's a TV. It's another reality show. It's on USA.
Oh my God.
Must have been hanging out with the DiBiase's too much.
What's up?
Courtney.
Maldaccio said probably Thomas holding on to his little brother for now. He came out and confronted him, so we might be seeing some of that. Courtney was my bad. Was having a nosebleed today. Oh God, dude, take care of yourself.
Have you tried Staples?
Yeah, whoopies. Dude, do you ever get like a nosebleed where you just start shoving everything up in there and stopping? And you're like walking around and like
Staples or super glue, you'll be fine.
Oh my God. But so yeah, so the bad, Raw was just bad, but the ugly, of course, the fallout. Well, the incident, we have yet to see the fallout, and there's all kinds of stuff happening because of this. There was just a situation with Carmelo and her hubby Corey Graves over a comment that he made, and we'll get into that. But first up, Frank, what you got, brother?
There's my GBU right there.
What you got?
My good is your ugly. My good is Sasha and Naomi because
okay,
I feel that, hey, you know what? You're told that your tag titles are irrelevant from what we've been hearing. Hey, I'm not trying to kill you, Courtney. You, Naomi, are going to pin Sasha, your tag partner. You're going to go to Hell in a Cell, do the job to Belair. Sasha, you're going to go and you're going to do the job to Ronda Rousey, and your tag titles are irrelevant.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
you're not helping the women's tag titles, and you're just feeding Naomi and Sasha to the women's champions.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha's better than that. Naomi's never really gotten a chance at a world championship. I think Naomi would be better off being a world champion and being with the head of the table with Roman Reigns and her husband and the Usos. You'd have turn her heel, have all four of them be the champions. I think that would be a way to use her, keep her relevant. But I give them credit. I give them credit for sticking up to what they believe in, and not just going out there being jobbers to whoever they feel like it.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm 50-50 on the situation, and we'll talk about that more. But that's your good. What's your bad?
My bad. I have a couple. 73-year-old Ric Flair
Jeez, God.
is getting himself back in shape to have one more match, and rumored to be against Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yep. Who by the way, Rick,
possibly a tag match with Ric Flair and FTR versus Rock and Roll Express and Ricky Steamboat.
Yeah. I heard of that.
73 years old.
Got no business being in the ring, man.
What the heck?
It's like and somebody mentioned this as like talking about like Sting being doing matches and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't like Sting doing that either. I don't want to see him break a hip. But here's the thing. I understand. I can't remember who it was that mentioned it. It was somebody on my Twitter, but he said, "Look, like the dude, he's one of those guys that the man became the character. You know what I mean? So he has no identity outside of being Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, and without that, he feels empty and he feels like he's nothing. I understand that. I get that. Then go be a coach somewhere. Be a man. You want to be in the industry. Be a trainer. Do something like that. You got no business being in the ring when you're as old as my dad.
The guy almost died a couple
years ago. He almost died. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He almost died like 4 years ago. It's like, and I saw those. Look, I saw those videos where he was messing around with Jay Lethal. Dude, he doesn't look good. He doesn't. I'm just and look, I'll say this right now. Like, I understand the controversy and everything. I love Ric Flair. The dude was like he was my favorite wrestler when I was growing up. I don't like seeing it. This is like boxers who stay in the fight game too long and they just get messed up. He doesn't need to be doing this. He really doesn't.
No, he does not.
And it scares me when these guys are doing this stuff. Yeah. Well, in that amount of seed, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Like, those guys go till they drop in the ring. Dude. Same thing with the same thing happens with Japanese wrestling. Those guys keep going until they die, but it's not a good thing, man. Like, I love Yuji Nagata, and Yuji Nagata, even today at his age, and he's 54, he can still go better than half the people that are in wrestling. But he has definitely slowed down, and it's getting to the point where it's like, dude, the amount of damage you do to your body, it's like Harley Race said, it's not the minutes, it's the miles. The amount of damage that they put on themselves over time, just over and over and over. Yeah, he's younger than me. Oh no, he's not. Oh, you dick. I thought you were talking. I thought
Flair could take his face flop in the ring and not get back up.
That's the thing, dude. It's. I understand, like, especially when you get to that age, man. You need to feel relevant. You need to feel like you have a place and a purpose in the world. But man, that ain't it, Chief.
Well, you saw how terrible it looked when McMahon tried to take that stunner from Austin.
Oh my. Yeah, everybody. We all laughed about it and everything, but at the same time, it's like, dude, like, that's how off his friggin' timing and everything was. That's how slow his reactions were.
And Stone Cold or Austin is like, man, this guy's the boss. He's 77 years old. I gotta be careful with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And Courtney, your comment here: MJF is going to WWE. He's got a
maybe.
year and a half. He's got a year and a half left with AEW. And if I was him, I would keep a serious eye on what WWE is doing with Cody Rhodes.
Yes.
Because
go ahead.
If they don't do anything significant with Cody Rhodes in the next couple of months,
you know where you're going to be.
His excitement and everything he's got going on is going to go down.
I already think they're booking Cody badly. Like this, there doesn't need to be a rubber match. It's like I think it was Maldacito said this. It's either him or Hicks Villain. Earlier, there doesn't need to be a rubber match when you've lost two matches in a row. There doesn't need to be a match. He doesn't need to wrestle Seth again. But
So if you put Steamboat and Flair in there, how long are you going to be in the ring? Not much time at all.
No. Well, here's the thing: Steamboat, from what I understand, Steamboat actually wrestled a match about 5 years ago. Now, is he going to be great? No, but he's in better shape than Rick is, because he also didn't beat the living hell out of his body partying all the time. But I don't want to see either one of them in the ring, dude. I like I said, I don't want to watch my heroes, my wrestling heroes, break themselves off and potentially mess up their quality of life going forward. It's not a good idea.
And speaking of another hero, on a separate note, unfortunately, Hacksaw Jim Duggan's prostate cancer has returned. So,
Yep.
He beat it one time. So, hopefully again. But
yeah, prayers out to him. Prayers out to Virgil, who was battling Alzheimer's, and then he just discovered that he has colon cancer, I believe. So a lot of these guys that we loved in the past are going through a rough time. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. But
and my ugly, it's wow. I have a couple, but
give them both.
I was not overly impressed with the outfit Lacey Evans was wearing last night.
What about it?
I just didn't like it, but that's just me. But then also ugly was the Hater versus Storm match. Very sloppy.
Hater versus Tony Storm.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't. I didn't think it was bad.
It wasn't that good.
There were definitely some missed spots. 100%. And you would think, because they've worked together before, you would think that they would have a better rapport than that. But overall, I thought the match was all right. It was just like I said,
it was okay, but there were some definite botches in that match.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Dude, you want to talk about bad matches and stuff? Go watch friggin' Raw this week.
I did.
Dear God. Dude, I'm gonna tell you something, dude. They have done their best to try to defend, to protect Omos, but good God, that cage match was god awful.
It is Ezekiel. Is that his name? Is that is he trying to be Ultimate Warrior with his
I don't know, dude.
Arm thingies?
So here's the thing. We'll move on to the main story here, but like I was actually watching that and it's like the comedy stuff that they're doing in the back, dude. Kevin Owens is awesome.
Oh yeah,
that dude could take anything you get. You can give him chicken shit and he'll turn it into chicken salad. But the minute they hit the ring, nobody cares. No, this angle is not getting over. Nobody likes it. Everybody thinks it's stupid. And in the action in the ring, the friggin' audience is dead. They don't care.
Yeah, Johnny, I did not want to see Hater beat Tony Storm.
Every single side of a match that tournament had the wrong winner except for Ruby. I'll tell you what, dude, I disagree. I think Ruby should have lost. I think Riho should have won.
I told you.
I know, but dude, go back and watch that match. When Riho first comes out, everybody's kind of cold, but as the match goes on, I don't know what it is. They just get more and more behind her, and by the end of that match, they are cheering her to death. Yeah, so it's like, you go with the hot hand, man. I think I like Ruby better, but like I said, man,
and that Suicida that freaking Darby did at the beginning of the match. Oh my god,
dude!
Boom!
We're
gonna popped out of that ring and hit Jeff Hardy.
Dude, we're gonna talk about that match, dude. Ooh. I had some serious issues with that match, but anyway, that's the good, the bad, the ugly, guys. Let's go on and let's talk about the big story of
Sasha
and Naomi Banks.
Naomi Banks.
I mean, Sasha Banks and Naomi. Dude, I'm so out of it right now.
You're not feeling the glow, are you?
Nope. So basically, like what everybody knows is that this Monday night's Raw, about 45 minutes into the show, Sasha Banks and Naomi. When they first got to the venue, they wanted to talk to Vince McMahon about. They were told what was going to happen in the match that night. They were also told what was going to happen going forward to Hell in a Cell, and they decided they wanted to talk to Vince McMahon. So they talked to Vince McMahon, and they basically said, "We're not happy with that. We don't like the way that we've been booked as tag team champions. We feel like we should have more respect. The tag team titles, don't have any meaning on them. We want to build that up. And they didn't like the fact that already they're like looking to break them up. Where they're going to have one basically in the match. They were going to have it was going to be 6 people, including them, and Naomi was going to pin Sasha to kind of put this idea that they're already going to break them up again, which has happened to every single tag team. Everyone that's held those belts are meaningless, absolutely meaningless. And they wanted to change things up. They wanted to go into according to reports, they wanted to go into a tag team program with Doudrop and Nikki Ash. And Vince literally said no. As Vince does, because as we know, Vince programs for himself.
See, from what I'm hearing though, is that McMahon didn't know about it, and that they were talking to Molly Holly and other backstage producers, and then Vince found out about it later.
Well, no, what happened? They basically, from what I understand, is they went up the chain. They basically went to the producers first and said, "Hey, we don't like this. We don't like the way it's going to paint this going forward, because we're basically, you're already putting drama into this as a tag. We like being a tag team. We wanted to put some kind of respect onto these belts, which the belts don't have. And you guys already are teasing and breaking us up. You've got us in singles programs on the pay-per-view, and we're both losing, which doesn't make us look good at all."
Yeah, same as when her and Bailey had the belts,
right? And then they went up. Basically, they went up the chain and eventually ended up in Laurinaitis' office. And from there is where Vince apparently found out about the situation, and
just went, "Doop, there's our belts."
And Vince basically said no. And then later on that day, about 45 minutes into the show was already started.
Yep.
About 45 minutes of the show, they walked in carrying their suitcases. They put the belts on the table and said, "Deuces, we're out." And they left. So this prompted all kinds of talk and rumor about what was going on, what actually happened. So I'm going to read part of this article here. The report then went to say that there is a belief that Friday night SmackDown would kick off an angle to set up Banks versus Ronda Rousey at Hell in a Cell, with both Banks and Naomi losing at the event. And that they didn't like. They pitched an alternative idea, including Doudrop and Nikki Ash, that would set up a different program, leading to the two having a match at Hell in a Cell. Vince said no, and then the two informing John Laurinaitis that they were leaving it, and they handed over the titles. On the the report said Vince learned of their departure reportedly right as Raw was going live, with the eventual Becky Lynch, Adam Pearce segment pitched. So basically what happened is to kind of cover it up, everybody, because it blindsided everybody. And this is where I have an issue with what they did. They blindsided everybody that was involved in this program. They blindsided everybody behind the scenes, and literally everyone was just scrambling to figure out what the hell to do. And as we all know, whenever a wrestler appears on television, they get paid more than if they were just standing backstage sitting at catering, right? So yep. Nikki Ash and Doudrop got kicked out of the friggin' main event of the day, so they cut into their pocket. And like I said, to me, it's very I understand what they did. I'm all about people taking their career into their own hands, but you got to be a professional. It's like John Moxley said when he was there, when they were pitching all this crap to him that he didn't like. He's like, you know what? I don't like it, but I'm going to do the best I can with it because I'm a professional. What they should have done, in my opinion, was finish out the night, do basically be professionals, finish out the night, do what you're supposed to do. And then at the end of the show, then you walk in, you put the belts on the table, and you're like, until you have something better for us, we're done. That's what they should have done, because then you don't put everybody else behind the 8-ball. So on that standpoint, I don't like what they did. But at the same time, we know we've seen what what the brain trust with Vince is doing to people and to talent, and they're just wrecking people. You know, they're literally just making them irrelevant. And so I can understand, like, you know, you go from being like, especially with Sasha, you go from being the world champion multiple times to being an afterthought.
Yep.
So I get that. And you're like, look, these are the best years of my career. These are the best years. You know, I don't want to waste them on something stupid. You know, so it's kind of the situation that FTR were in. They were like, we're going to give you the tag belts. We're going to give you this, that. And they're like, yeah, no, because they don't mean anything. You know, at some point you want your career to have a friggin' direction. You want to mean something. This, the way that they've booked tag team wrestling, period. WWE doesn't care about tag team wrestling. They don't give a crap about it. Vince could care less. Now teams like the Usos and the New Day have tried to make it into something, but you can only go so far when everybody's blocking your way.
Yep.
So I understand. So I get what you're saying about that. I like it when people take their career in their own hands. I just feel like they put people behind the 8 ball that didn't deserve it.
Yeah, like you said before we got on the air today, is Doudrop and Nikki were supposed to be in the main event with them, and they weren't in there at all because, and rightfully so. You know, Becky Lynch said, "Hey, you know what?" She proposed an angle with Laurinaitis and them, just her and Asuka.
Mm-hmm.
Just a quick to get something, but so unfortunately, Doudrop and Nikki Ash. If you're not going to have Sasha and Naomi in there, what's the sense of having Nikki and Doudrop? Doesn't make any sense to have a fatal 4-way.
No, I understand why they went the way
So unfortunately, they lost out on their payday. Because if you're getting paid for being on TV, hey, guess what? Nikki Doudrop and Nikki Ash, you're not on TV.
Yep, go grab a sandwich. And now here's my statement to this, Johnny. 2 singles draw more belt. Yeah. Then why have tag team belts at all? Then don't have them at all. Just get rid of them. You know, it's to the point now where, like, when FTR was there, like, the tag team belts were like were insulting. Almost. It was almost like they were insulting them. It was like, we're going to make you champions. And like, well, it doesn't matter. The women's tag team, the belts are even worse. Even worse. So, and yeah, I agree with you. I know she's bumped heads with bookers and management before. But honestly, in this particular instance, I feel like they're right. I just don't think that they went about it the right way.
Right.
I understand, dude, there's got to be tons of people at because I mean, look, we're going to talk about Raw in a minute. Look at the booking. The booking is, with the exception of a handful of people, the booking is shit. It's terrible. So they can't be happy with that. They're like, really, dude, you're going to make me do this dumb crap? You're going to put me in a program that doesn't matter? It doesn't elevate me or the other guy? It doesn't do any of us any good? So there's got to be all kinds of talent at WWE that are upset with where they're at. There's talent with AEW that's upset with where they're at. And some of it rightfully so. But you got to be a professional, man. You got to, like I said, you got to finish out the day. You know, put the belts on the table and say, listen, until you got something better. Because that's what, people were comparing this to FTR. They were also comparing it to Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali at least went in there and went, you know what? He finished out the show that he was at, and he was like, okay, I'm done. Until you give me something better, I'm done. If they do that, I'm 100% behind them. You can't do this thing where you basically screw somebody else over. So to me, it just smacks of petulance. Now, and again, I understand it, and I hope that things work out going forward, but it's not the way I would have gone about it. You got to have a work ethic, man.
Yep.
But there was another thing that came out of it, though. Corey Graves basically said, said that basically when he talked about it, he said that Sasha and Naomi summarily and unprofessionally left the arena. And a lot of people got upset about that. Now, according to Carmella, she said that he was told to say that.
Yeah, they have an earpiece at the desk.
Yeah. Yeah,
McMahon
100%.
McMahon feeds them lines what to say all the time.
Yeah. Will Real Sport said, "Hi guys, what a crazy story, Sasha and Naomi. I don't blame them leaving after awful booking again by WB, but you can't just leave. They will be in trouble with Vince, punished when it comes back." That's the thing. See, like, if they, like I said, that's the other thing too, is like they may have cooked their own goose with this, because if, like I said, if they had been, like I said, if they had finished out the night and then put the belts on, they're not going to be happy with them. Obviously, not going to be happy with them either way. But at least they're not going to be like had to scramble to fix the show, even though it all the time. It's like pot kettle black. At least they wouldn't have that kind of heat on them. The fact that they just bailed. Vince is going to be furious.
Yeah, but nothing happened to Sasha last time. She did it last summer. Or was that 2 summers ago? Nothing happened to Sasha last time she did this and was gone for months.
Very true, but Sasha was also involved in the like
Mandalorian.
Yeah, she went and she did some. She had a reason to go away.
Yeah, but Sasha doesn't need money.
I know.
Her cousin Snoop can get her anything she wants.
DOWJ.
Naomi doesn't need anything because her husband's a tag champion.
He's also involved in the top storyline in the company.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of plot armor with being related to Roman.
And come on, her husband, was it her husband or her brother-in-law? Her husband was drunk driving. They didn't do anything to him,
dude. Like I said, because they're part of Roman's circle, they're going to be okay. I'm not that particularly worried about Naomi in this, because like I said, Jimmy being connected to Roman's going to give her a little bit of protection. But Sasha, like dude, we've seen what happens when Vince gets pissed. He will wreck your freaking career. Okay. Mally says, and how many times do you hear about people just showing up to catering, just happy to collect a check? If you actually stand up for what they want. No, like I said, I am 100% behind them standing up for themselves and trying to better their career and not just get buried and tossed away. I understand that. I'm 100% behind people taking their career in their own hands. I just think they went about it the wrong way. You take the bullets out of your enemy's gun in this instance. You finish out the night, you do your job, you be professional, and then you put the belts on the table and say, okay, until you got something better for us, I think we're done. Okay, you put the pressure on them instead of basically giving them ammunition to screw you over. Brian Alvarez, see here real quick. Brian Alvarez, Wrestling the Live said that backstage at WWE they were unhappy with Sasha. Nobody mentioned Naomi, just upset with Sasha. Is that because she's related to Rock, Uso, Roman? From what I understand, Sasha was basically the
ringleader.
She was the ringleader of this thing. She was the mouthpiece. She's the one who was doing most of the talking. Naomi, she had to agree with her she had to agree with Sasha to go along with this. So I'm not saying that Naomi is like, not involved in this situation or anything, but Sasha is definitely the driving force behind it.
Yeah, Naomi's not innocent.
And from what and like you said, according to reports, and here's the thing though, guys, all this is one-sided. We haven't heard from Sasha yet. We haven't heard from Naomi yet. We haven't got their side of this situation. So I take all this stuff with a grain of salt. A lot of people are like I said, because of the way they did things, a lot of people are upset behind the scenes. So who those people are they the producers? Are they the other wrestlers who feel like this is going to put pressure on them? Et cetera, et cetera. We don't know that. All we're hearing is that in behind the scenes, backstage, a lot of people are upset with them about this and the way they went about it.
And Johnny, 90% of what those guys say, or not, maybe not
they're told to say, yeah.
Big man tells them what to say.
Yeah. Here's the only caveat to that though. Corey Graves has said outlandish shit before and he wasn't told to. So I will say that. However, the way he presented this and the way he said it, it 100% sounded like he was being fed. It was being fed to him. So I'm not going to put I don't particularly like Corey Graves, but I'm not going to put this one on him. I don't think this is him being a dick. This is just him, doing, like I said, being a professional, doing his job. Now, if he had a particular issue with it, he could have refused to say it and then ate the friggin' result of it. But considering how angry everybody backstage apparently was and how furious Vince probably was, he was probably like, yeah, I'm not in the mood to commit career suicide today.
Yeah, if you're Corey Graves and McMahon's in your ear telling you to say something, yeah, you're gonna say it, or you're gonna be joining Sasha and Naomi outside.
Yeah, and like Carmella said, because Sean Ross Sapp retweeted it and said Sasha Banks and Naomi summarily and unprofessionally walked out, and then some woman said, told her to get her man, and then basically Carmella said, imagine still living in a world where you think he just says whatever he wants. He does his job, period. So yeah, like in this particular instance, I'm pretty much 100% sure that he was told to say that.
And if it wasn't McMahon, it was probably Laurinaitis that told him what to say.
And it looks just like their mugshots. Rowley said that W statement was totally ridiculous. Didn't want to work with Becky and Asuka. No way that it's true. No, it's the way that the first report that came out from WWE was they basically did what they always do. And like we said, you knew Vince was going to be pissed, so you knew he was going to do something like this. They claimed that they had issues with with two of the people that they were going to be wrestling with.
Yeah, so they're unsafe to work with.
They alluded. They didn't come out and say it. They alluded to that they had issues with working with them, which is complete BS. What they really, like I said, what they really wanted was they wanted to be booked better. They're like, we're the tag team champions. We should be booked better. We're not being. You're not letting us build this into anything, and you're going to have us basically job out. The next paper, the both of us. It's like, so what does that say about us? You know what I mean? Again, like I said, I support that idea. I support like standing up for your career and everything. I just think they went about it the wrong way. But we'll see what happens going forward. Like I said, this has all been one-sided. They haven't actually said anything. They might not be able to say anything because being under contract with WWE, we know that they put stipulations in there saying that if there's a situation, you can't just go talk. You're not allowed to just go talk to anybody about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, look what happened with MJF. He and because of like stipulations they put on like media and whatnot, you're not even allowed to do an interview someplace unless you pass it through WWE first. Yeah, and they're not going to let them go out and talk to people.
Yeah, and what's her name? Sasha deleted her. Stopped following WWE, a couple of the wrestlers,
following everybody.
There.
Yeah, with the exception of like I think like 2 or 3 people, she stopped following everybody. She's like cutting it off. Will Rouse Sports said, "Did you see Matt Cardona weird, stupid, and if meant to be funny, wasn't wrong time to tweet that? Shouldn't have said anything." CM Punk called him out. You see that, guy? I
read that.
Yeah. Is it Cardona trying to be a heel or?
Yeah, Cardona just being Cardona and
woo being who he is. All right, man. Anyway, that's the top story. That was the big news coming out today. Obviously, there's other stuff. The situation with Shida. The situation with Shida and AEW was just a misunderstanding, and she herself even clarified everything. Basically, there was an issue with her traveling back from Japan. She didn't get cleared fast enough, so AEW went with she's injured.
Yeah, that's why she can't do it. Here's what Cardona said: "If I could go back in time the night I was pushed off the stage in a wheelchair on Raw, I should have walked into Johnny Ace's office, placed my neck brace on the table, and walked out because I wasn't being respected enough as internet champion."
Okay, that's a very heelish, kind of dickish thing to say. That's Matt Cardona, dude.
And CM Punk tweeted back, if you'd go back in time to stand up for yourself, you should stand up for the workers now.
I agree with that.
which was his comment was followed up by Dax Harwood, just 100%. And always, always, always stand up for what you believe in. Hardwood tweeted, effing always.
Yep. No, like I said, I 100% understand why they're upset, why they want things to be different. Like I said, I think they put people beside themselves behind the 8 ball, and I definitely think that they've set themselves up for retaliation because you know how petty Vince can be. Vince will bury the shit. He's like, "Oh, you thought I was burying you before? I'm definitely gonna destroy you now. By the time I'm done with you, you're gonna wish you were back in NXT, losing to Nikita Lyons." You know, it's like that's the level they could go to. Hopefully, it doesn't, but that's what it could do. Johnny, woo woo woo. Yep. All right, dude. Let's talk about something better. Let's talk about Dynamite.
Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
Oh, Christ, dude. Yeah, you know what? We got to talk about this, dude. Oh my god.
Omos versus Bobby Lashley started off in a cage match.
Yeah, and they figured how do you fix it so that somebody can interfere with the cage match? You just have them interfere before you get in the cage.
Yeah.
Because Omos can't wrestle for shit.
And then you have what's his name? Cedric Alexander climb up the cage while Bobby Lashley's trying to climb out.
Yep.
And then from what I heard, they were trying to figure out a way to end this match. The one way they were going to do it was have the ring implode.
Yep. And then they went with basically him throwing him through the cage and his feet hit the ground. Technically, it's so stupid. Yeah, it was just goddamn. And then Veer Mahan defeats Mustafa Ali via submission with the Miz as the friggin' referee, and it's like,
I'm so tired of that.
Well, I guess Mustafa Ali's gonna just be languishing in the lower mid card for the rest of his life.
Yep.
Riddle defeated Jimmy Uso via pinfall. This match was actually okay, but the weird thing is that it's like, where's Randy? You know, if you're gonna book him so central to everything, he can't just leave whenever he feels like it. Oh,
and then you had the return of the Mysterios to help Mustafa Ali.
Yep. And it was all right. I mean, I liked Mysterios.
But Riddle beating Uso. Then you had
AJ and Finn beating Los Lotharios
with Liv Morgan as their new entourage.
Okay, here's the freaking thing with this. This is where I'm like, I'm going, what the freaking hell is with the freaking writing in this show? Before she even gets out there, before they even happen, they're like, they were like, yeah, we want you to be part of our new faction, blah blah blah. And she's like, well, I don't know. And then literally she follows them out onto the, like, you would think like after the match is over, she comes out and they do the 2-3 and it's like, she's in it. No, she freaking comes out of the ring with them. She comes to the freaking to the top of the stage. It's like, what the, Jesus Christ. Anyway, it's just dumb. Alexa Bliss defeats Sonya Deville in like 3 minutes. Yeah, again. And there's no story. It's just Alexa comes out and she's mostly her old self with a little bit of
still got Lily with her.
And I was like, what's going on? And WWE's going, we don't know.
and if you saw her coming out, like, sure she got by the fans, there was somebody in the stands waving a Lily doll too. So I'm like, okay.
God damn it. Yeah, he's on vacation. That's it. But I was like, you're in the middle of a big storyline and you're gonna have him go on vacation. Really, dude? And then they're gonna have about 10 matches, aren't they? Bobby versus Omos. Yeah, it's yeah.
Then he had 15 minutes of Cody Rhodes talking.
Dude, this sent so many warning signs through my brain with what they're doing, like what they're planning with Cody. Dude, they are gonna try to drag this thing out. They are gonna, which I call total bullshit on that. I want to see the numbers. There ain't no damn way that they're selling that many of those stupid dolls. But what's up, Hicks Villain? This dude, this
you got to get one for Rob. To get Rob a Lily doll.
Here's the thing: Cody's promo was great. The guy can talk. He can get people going. People are still behind him. But dude, I'm telling you, if they try to drag this thing out all the way to WrestleMania next year, it's not going to fly. It just isn't. You got to put some substance into this. You got to put some substance into his friggin' into his program, man. If it was me, I would put him in a program against Roman, like maybe have him go up against one more person after Seth, and like Edge or something like that. But even that, I just, you got to strike while the iron's hot, man.
Yeah, the honeymoon period is not gonna last forever.
No, it's not. And if they try to drag this out till WrestleMania, they might, and like, here's the thing. I 100% believe Cody's going to win the title. 110% believe it because they teased it. They want that feel good moment. But I'm going to tell you, I don't expect them to do anything with it.
But are they going to split the titles?
Probably.
That's how Cody wins.
Yeah. That's how because dude, they're not. Roman is the guy. He is the new Cena. You know, even though he's going to go, he's going part-time, which is apparently what they're planning here very shortly. So, when Rosberg says Alexa Bliss, that's just bet, got to have that Lily dog because they sell so many. Also, Sonya Deville is getting buried, job dead. Dude, again, this is one of those things where it's like the writing is so bad, the booking is bad. It doesn't elevate anybody. It really doesn't. Outside of 3 or 4 people, they don't give a crap about everybody else. It's just like, do whatever. Countdown to Cody. Yeah.
I've said in the past, I'll say it again. Sonya should have been a champion, women's champion, at least once.
Yes.
At least once. She's that good. And they haven't done anything with her. It's like Shayna Baszler. I mean, Shayna Baszler came out Elimination Chamber a couple years ago, kicked everybody's butt, and then she gets nothing. A feud with Sonya and Ronda Rousey would be good. Sasha, or Sonya Deville. They have these good wrestlers that they don't do anything with.
Yeah, they got a lot of talent. They've got, dude, we've said it before, and we'll say it again, even with all the people they've released, WWE is stacked with talent. They just don't do shit with it. You know, it's the same matches over and over and over again. There's no variety. Dude, there are so many possibilities that they have, and they just booking for an audience of one. That's what it comes down to. Let's finish this up, man.
Ezekiel versus Chad Gable. Yeah, sorry.
Which the behind the scenes stuff was funny. In the ring, nobody gave a crap. Nobody gave a crap. Lacey Evans, great promo. So, she did this. She's putting over moms. She's putting over the military. She's talking about being positive. Such a heel. She's supposed to be a heel. It's like
I don't know what
the hell is this crap, dude? Like I said, it's dumb. It's friggin' dumb. And then
I think she looked terrible. Her outfit was terrible, but that's just me.
Yeah. Then Becky versus Asuka. These two, they've been working together for a while now, but these two the best. Great matches. Great match. It was a good match. Fantasia. Like Vince hates wrestling, dude. Yeah, he kind of does.
And then, so now Asuka's going to be fed to Bianca Belair at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, probably. But anyway, I don't.
Dynamite. Adam Cole, baby, versus Dax Harwood. Kick it off.
Owen Hart. Yep. It was. Was that? Or I thought it was.
That was the first match.
I thought it was Jungle Boy versus Ricky Starks for the FTW championship.
First match was Adam. I just rewatched it tonight. Adam Cole versus Dax Harwood was the kickoff match for Dynamite. Good
match. Really good match. Not as good as Dash versus Cash, but it was a good match. It was a good solid match. I wish Dash Harwood won though. I mean, like I said, with these tournaments, you got to do something to change it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree, Johnny. Dax not going was a bad decision. Tapping out the sharpshooter was bad too. But I kind of had a feeling that's what was going to happen. But it's, you don't always get what you want. FTW Championship, Jungle Boy versus Ricky Starks was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not sure where to go with all that. It looks like maybe they're turning Keith Lee and Swerve heel.
I don't
know
dude.
because he came out and cost Jungle Boy that match.
Well, he came out and I think the idea was they came out to distract them, and it backfired.
And then where that whole thing's going with Jungle Boy draped over the ropes at the end, and then Luchasaurus and Christian in the ring, and like
they were teasing Christian turning on him there, but instead he walks over to him and he pats him on the shoulder. And he's like, "Come on, let's go." That turns 100% happening, dude. 1,000%, and that's what's going to cost them the tag titles.
I'm not sure if that turn's coming or it's Swerve and Lee turning heel.
See, Dax would have been a better story. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they're turning Swerve and Keith Lee heel. I think they might be tweeners, but I don't see them going heel.
Oh yeah,
Punk versus John Silver. I like John Silver. I mean, was this the best match? No, but it was a fun match. Yeah. It was like, there was nothing wrong with it. There were some good spots, and then Punk doing the buckshot lariat. Dude, that was the most awkward buckshot lariat you ever saw. Listen, I love CM Punk. He's a great wrestler. He's not the most agile guy. Okay. He's not the most dexterous dude. So, and he's what, 40, 43, 40, what is he, 44, 45 or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah. So the fact that he made it over that thing without crashing on his head and dying, he was probably ecstatic with it. I love the storytelling in it. I think him versus Hangman is going to be a lot of fun. Long Island says F you pizza Punk. Oh my God. Johnny said, hope he takes that belt. Dude, I like Hangman as champion. I thought he's had some great matches. Booking's been a little weird, but it is what it is, man. Danhausen versus Tony Nese was a nothing event. Yep. I mean, I want to see Danhausen actually wrestle. I like Tony Nese. Dude, I'm not into this goofy shit though. I'm not into Hookhausen. Not into that whole thing. Dax Harwood, very supportive of Sasha. They're friends when they were in WWE. Love FTR, best tag team in the world. Number 2, the Briscoes. Dude, that FTR versus Briscoes match was dope as shit. It was awesome. Danhausen got his handshake, and then we had the contract signing for Wardlow versus MJF. Dude,
all those stipulations and everything with
everything about this was awesome.
And all that.
Everything about this was awesome. The intro, which would made it look like an episode of Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh yeah,
it was so, dude. God, it's so. When it comes to MJF, dude's creative as hell, man. If he goes to WWE, so be it. I get the feeling that he's just working people. But again, Cody's basically pushing for him to come. Cody's basically talking in his ear. So, it's going to be whoever pays him the most money, and where he thinks where his opportunity is best. So and here's the thing too, guys. He's young. He's young, so he could sign with AEW again, and then after that, he could go sign with WWE and get the big paycheck. So it depends on what you want. But this was awesome. Spears doing the perfect 10 gimmick again out of nowhere, which just was everything about this segment was awesome. So I thought that was great. Like I said, Jungle Boy versus Ricky Starks, I thought was a good match. Ended a little weird. This match was 100% to set up the tease for the turn.
Yeah. Then they had Jericho Appreciation Society.
I didn't really care for this one.
No.
I mean, there was nothing wrong with it, but it was just, I was just kind of like, okay. It was just, there was nothing bad about it. There was nothing great about it. It was what it was.
I got the return of Eddie Kingston. You got
Yep.
what's his name?
Eddie's
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Eddie's match, by the way, if you guys get a chance to go watch Eddie's match at Capital Collision versus Ishii, it was so freaking
Hey,
good.
we lost you.
No, there's just someone walking around.
Then you had after that, you had William Regal helping pull Jericho out of the ring, and boom with the left hand. Even though JR called it the right hand.
Yeah, dude, that was awesome, man. And then this week they're supposed to have a face-to-face kind of thing going on. Which, dude, I'm 1,000% behind that, man. I love William Regal. Dude, that promo that they did last week, my God, that was awesome.
Then we had a first of 2 Owen Hart tournament matches.
Yep.
Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm.
Mm-hmm.
And couple missed spots in there, a little bit sloppy.
The worst miscue was the Storm Zero at the end.
Yeah.
But it was pretty sloppy. Got revenge for Jericho peeing his tea. Oh my God. Do you think Cesaro is going to show up in AEW? Well, we're going to find out. Because was it next week is the two we're going to have both tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be both Joker matches. Kitty.
Kitty.
Let's see.
Yeah, so you got Britt Baker versus one Joker and Samoa Joe versus the other one.
Yep. Pulling for the cake. Wanted to see Hayter and Britt. Yeah, that was the tease, but honestly, I like that. I like that one and one didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
leg kick. Not a huge Kingston fan. He's good in the mic, not great in the ring, dude. Here's the thing. He's deceptive in the ring. He's not the most agile, but he's really good at telling a story in the ring. So, like, go watch that match between him and Ishii. It was a great story. I can turn my camera back on.
And then you had
Darby versus Jeff. Okay.
Yeah, that dive, like right after the match started, talked about it before, when he like shot out of there, and wow, I'm like, bam, like holy crap,
dude. Look, I know that Darby has stated many times he's going to have a short career. I know I'm going to have a short career. I'm beating the hell out of myself. I'm breaking my body. I'm going to have a short career. Jeff Hardy, even at his age, he wants to do those crazy stunts. He wants to do that stuff. Admittedly, he said he's hurting because he did not look great. This match was awesome. Okay. In a very like watching behind your eyes, like, oh God, kind of way. It's two daredevils basically trying to one up each other. That being said, dude, that dive off the top of that ladder
through the chairs,
through those chairs, dude. I'm like, dude, that did not have to happen. Oh my freaking God, dude. Like, you know what? That moment was so cringe for me. It actually killed some of my enthusiasm for the match. I was like, yeah, dude, that's what that friggin' match was. That was like, oh my God, you guys you're gonna kill yourselves. And then, dude, that coffin drop that he missed and he landed on the freaking apron on his spine. Like, cause he didn't hit like the apron flat. He hit the corner of the friggin' apron and then rolled off. Oh my God. I said,
if he's just a fraction of a little bit
he misses
over,
it.
No, on what he came off that ladder, if he's just a little bit over,
oh, dude,
he's coming down on the chairs, not on the seats. Part. He's coming down on the back of the chairs.
Oh, dude, his leg caught one like that. He caught the top backrest of the chair. Ooh. Yeah, he did that spot just to lose via a roll up. Here's the thing, though. I love the psychology of this match because literally Darby said that there weren't going to be any wrestling moves in this match. It was just going to be two guys trying to kill each other. And how does Jeff beat him? With a wrestling move.
The most
devastating
move in all of
sports entertainment. The surprise roll up. Yeah. This past few minutes, they put the heat on that Darby had and buried it in an iceberg. I don't agree with that. I think Darby's over like Rover, and he always will be until he can't do this anymore. But
I can't remember what matches were on Friday because I watched it, then I deleted it. The only one I remember was the TNT with Scorpio versus Frankie.
Yeah. Scorpio versus Frankie, which it was a good match.
Yeah.
It was Riho versus Ruby.
Riho.
This was probably the best that Ruby has looked since coming to AEW. She had a really good match. Riho can get you can get a really good match with Riho. Okay. Right. She's tiny as hell, but she knows how to wrestle and she can make a really good match. So
she helped get Britt Baker going.
Yep. But was it Scorpio Sky versus
Frankie?
Why did the thing say versus Ethan Page? This match was amazing. Terrible finish. Terrible finish. Scorpio Sky was over like crazy after that win over Sammy Guevara. They disliked Sammy and Tay so much. They were cheering for Dan Lambert, dude. And then they looked like they were going to do what they normally do, which is like, oh, well, this is where people wanted to go. Let's go with that. Scorpio Sky looked like it was on his way to breaking up with Ethan Page, breaking up the Man of the Year, becoming a babyface, which he's doing what he said he wanted to do, make the TNT title relevant again. Great match with Kazarian, and then at the end you got the interference, and it looks like he didn't realize what was going on, which happens sometimes.
Yep.
He gets up into Ethan Page's face, and Ethan's like, "I did this for you. What have you done for me? What have you done for this group?" And then
turns around,
and he lays out Frankie Kazarian with the belt, and it's like, I was fooling you all along. And I'm like, oh my God, look, we give WWE a lot of crap for screwing up storylines, for doing things that don't make any sense. And it's only fair. AEW, Tony Khan dropped the ball on this hard.
Yep.
He dropped the ball on this hard. This was a terrible finish. This is terrible. It was, it goes, it's almost like what WWE does when they're like, oh, you guys want this? You guys want that? You're not going to get it. Here's this instead, because that's what we want. And then Sammy and Ty hit the ring like total baby faces, and they get booed louder than anybody else. And it's like, nobody liked the finish of this match. Nobody liked the finish of this match. This was complete flop. And it took what should have been like a A+ match and turned it into a B.
The fans wanted to see SCU back together again. Scorpio lay out Garcia with the belt or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just lay him out. Or have Garcia and Scorpio next week.
Yeah.
And then Sammy interfere and help Lambert and Ethan. But if you're lining Frankie with Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti, that's not going to work.
This whole thing was just shit. It took something great and turned it to shit.
It's like trying to shove Roman Reigns' face down your throat. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
People don't want Roman Reigns as a
I
face.
guess we're making Sammy a face no matter what. He'll join Cody before MJF even gets the chance. I don't know, man. But like I said, that took the wind out of me and with that show, dude. I was so pissed. And otherwise decent show. Sean Spears versus Bear Boulder. It was all right. Death Triangle versus Butcher Blade and Mark Quinn was I thought was really good. But again, then the house that was another booking thing. I was like, what? This is WWE crap. House of Black comes out and they don't do anything. They're just there. They're like, hey guys, getting our paycheck for the night. Bye. And then they're just gone. And I'm like, whatever, man. Rampage this week. Rampage this week was, like I said, it was, if it weren't for Riho versus Ruby and how good that Scorpio Sky Ethan Fink Kazarian match was, the show would have been really lacking in my opinion. But decent. It ended up being decent because of that. I just felt really let down by that TNT storyline. It was just so bad.
A couple of things I forgot to mention at the beginning of the broadcast. I'll mention that now, and I'll mention the beginning next week. Rob and I are going to be at Forbidden Door in 40 days. 40 days. 40. So I'm asking our subscribers, our viewing audience, not only share us out, appreciate it, help us grow, but a little contest with our subscribers to come up with a sign for us to take to Forbidden Door.
Yep. So basically, guys,
something original.
Yep. Think of something like a really cool sign idea. Give us something like maybe draw it out or something. We'll make it. We'll take it with us. We'll pick what we think is the best one, and hopefully, because we are going to be hard cam side, so you might see us, which would be cool.
And for the winner, hoping to get some Forbidden Door merch, even if it's just a shirt or something, and give that to the winner of who we got for our contest. But it's 40 days, so we need to have this done in 3 weeks.
Yep.
So 3 to 4 weeks, so we have time to make the poster. Or if you want to make it and send it to us, let us know. I'll pay for the posters to get it sent to us. We want poster to be able to take to Forbidden Door and hopefully get it on TV. If not, just having it there and, something, because, Rob's got poster. We want something talking about the Wrestling Council on one side and whatever on the other. You don't need to do a two-sided poster. Do something we can do Wrestling Council on the other side, so no big deal. But think of something.
Yep. And so like I said, if you guys are interested in that, do that. You'll win some Forbidden Door swag, and could be fun. But
go ahead. So before we go, On Heart Tournament, we've got Joe versus
Joker. Britt versus
Joker. We already know we got Adam Cole versus Jeff Hardy in round 2.
Yep.
We've also got Ray Phoenix versus Kyle O'Reilly.
Which is going to be dope.
As well. So you got 3 matches left. Because right now you've got Tony Storm versus Britt Baker or the Joker. You've got Kyle O'Reilly and Ray Phoenix versus Samoa Joe
or the Joker.
On one side, you got Cole versus Hardy, and you've got Ruby Soho versus either Red Velvet or Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
So I don't know which matches are tomorrow. I think it's both Joker matches are tomorrow. I think Kyle O'Reilly and Ray Phoenix is tomorrow. Then they're saving the women's for Friday. I believe that's the way it is going to be. I'm going to go with Britt Baker
over the Joker.
Okay. Kyle Kyle O'Reilly over Ray Phoenix, and the Joker over Samoa Joe. That's what I'm going with.
Okay,
And
so
then
let me
I'll
see
take
here.
Red Velvet over Statlander.
Red Velvet over Statlander? I don't think so. I think Statlander's beating Red Velvet. I think they changed it up. I think they changed it up to because Sheeta's not going to be here. I think because they're touting the fact that the two of them used to be friends. See, how about aren't we Carlos Colon's wrestling council, dude? Damn, son.
So who you got? Who you got tomorrow? And
Okay.
Friday?
All right. So tomorrow,
Phoenix and Riley.
Phoenix and Riley. I think Ray Phoenix takes it, dude.
Okay.
I think Ray Phoenix takes it. I think Adam Cole's going to be the sole guy. From the Undisputed.
Samoa Joe versus the Joker.
Samoa Joe
Obviously,
depends
neither
on
one
who
of
the
us know
Joker
who the
is.
Joker is.
Yeah.
I'm just going by.
It's hard for me to say because I don't see Joe losing. But then again, if it's like Miro coming back, you're gonna bring him back just to lose,
Right?
You know, so it could be some surprise. It could be Cesaro showing up or something like that. It could be Johnny. It could be Johnny Gargano.
Could be.
You know, I mean, it depends on who it is. Right now, my gut says Joe.
Right. Britt versus Joker.
Again, depends on who the Joker is. If the Joker's like, well, Mia Yim just signed with Impact. Right. It's not that doesn't mean that she couldn't come there, but dude, it could be Deonna Purrazzo. You know,
could
like,
be.
I get the feeling it's going to be Britt. Yeah, I mean, Joe. I mean, they could do something where Joe loses and doesn't get like through a DQ or something like that. You could do something like that, but I mean, it could be like I said, like my gut says it's going to be Britt.
Velvet versus Statlander. You said
I think Statlander. I think Statlander wins because since they put her into it, I think she wins it. And was it? Is it?
That's it.
That's it.
So
yeah.
So you'd be Statlander versus Ruby Soho, and then you got Ray Phoenix against. We don't know. I mean, you're saying Samoa Joe, but obviously, same thing with me. I don't know. I don't know who the Joker is on both sides. That's why I'm going. Hey, Joker's going to win on one. I don't know if both Jokers win tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, like I said, if I were them, I would do something to really shake the thing up. Like I said, New Japan does the best tournaments in the world, in my opinion. And part of the reason why they're so much fun is sometimes somebody that you think is 100% going to win loses.
Because I wouldn't mind seeing Tony Storm versus Britt Baker.
No, that'd be great. I'd like to see that. Joe versus Ray Phoenix. Dude, you talk about a clash of styles, man. That would be awesome. I love Ray Phoenix, man. That guy's awesome. But anyway, guys, we're long past time here. Thanks for being with us. Leg kick, Johnny Cage, Hicks Villain,
Courtney Fantasia.
I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anybody. William Rasport, dude, you were super active, man. Appreciate it, brother.
Johnny freaking Cage.
Johnny,
even though he changed it.
Oh God. Maldacito, my brother. And anybody and everybody that we may have missed or they may have been looking. Appreciate you guys being here. We'll see you guys next week.
We're up to 85. We're up to 85. We're still trying to hit that 100.
Yeah.
So help us out.
15 more.
Please, let's try to get that poster if we can. Get some ideas for us.
At 50, if we get 15 more subscribers, we get the 100 subscribers, we get a custom URL. So
and we're trying. We're still going to talk about it. We might do Double or Nothing next Sunday. Not
Johnny
this Sunday.
Freaking Cage. We're trying to sell merch here, Bob.
Yeah.
But appreciate you guys. Take it easy. We'll see you guys next week.